Rich, sticky, unctuously tender pork belly. Oh, this is like every Asian kid's comfort food. And I'm going to show you how I make mine at home. Let's make soy braised pork belly and egg. For the marinade, you need to start off with some coriander root. That is this part of the coriander stem. Pop that into your mortar, add garlic and whole white peppercorns, and then pound that to a really nice smooth paste. Then you can add in some shallots and some palm sugar. The palm sugar usually comes in quite firm little blocks, so you need to kind of chop it up or shave it with your knife. That's why I like to pound it into the mixture here. It just makes it easier to dissolve. The pork itself needs to be cut into large chunks. It will kind of shrink down as it slowly braises, so you want to start off larger than you think, around about 2-inch cubes. Place your pork into a bowl, add in your paste, and now all the seasonings. So I have some dark soy sauce. This is going to give us a lovely mahogany caramel kind of color. And then I want regular soy sauce and fish sauce here too. Give all of that a really good mix and allow the pork to marinate if you can. Like 2 hours or overnight is great. But you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and use this one as it is, and it'll still be really great. So I'm going to cook the pork now, but you kind of need to be a little bit careful here because we have a lot of sugary and soy sauce kind of ingredients here, and I don't want any burning to happen. So kind of get your pan heating up, but not too hot, just like a medium heat. Add the pork in, and it should just be like kind of gently steaming at this point. I don't want any like harsh searing because I don't want any burnt flavors. Keep tossing and mixing that pork through as it heats up for around about 4 or 5 minutes, or until you're just starting to see the pork color a little. Now I'm going to add in the spices. So I kind of want the flavor profile of Chinese 5-spice, but I'm going to use some of the whole spices here. So I've got cinnamon stick, some cloves, some star anise, and now I'm going to go in here with some shiitake mushrooms. So I actually soaked these in some hot water till they were nice and soft, remove the stems, cut them in half, so the mushrooms go in, and then also I can use the soaking liquid as my braising sauce. So pour that into the pot, give all of that a really good mix, and then I'm going to cover that with a round of baking paper. I've just cut a little slit here in the middle so some of that steam can escape as the pork cooks, and then pop a lid on, turn the heat to low, and let it simmer for about 2 hours. So I did come back to check on the pork a couple of times to make sure it wasn't burning on the bottom, but it's come along beautifully, and oh my goodness, it smells so good. Let's open this up and have a look. The pork is deeply, deeply tender. That sauce has evaporated down into a really lovely, sticky kind of caramel. Put the eggs in. These are 5-minute 30 eggs. Gently toss those eggs through the sauce and then let them simmer for 15 minutes with the lid on so they just take up a little bit more color and flavor there. Now we're almost there, so I'm going to stir through a little bit of freshly ground black pepper. This really adds such a great, fresh, sort of spicy hit at the end here. I like to see just how tender the pork is. Well, to be clear, I like to show you guys just how tender the pork is. So if you have a look here, I mean, that pork is literally glistening. I mean, okay, like it just falls apart just with a spoon, and it's just like melting apart. Ah, so good. All right, I'm going to get this into my serving bowl. Some eggs. Few that are just cut in half, a little bit of coriander, and there you go, my friends. Soy braised pork belly and egg. And then when you're eating Thai food, it's really about the food seasoning the rice, if you like. So this is a really lovely, intense, sweet soy sauce flavor. The pork is intense, so you only need a little bit, and you sort of add it to your rice, and then it flavors the rice basically. Oh my God, so good. It's got this really lovely, delicate spice flavor, so I can taste the star anise and the cinnamon. The sauce is salty, but not too intense, and just a slight amount of sweetness, and the pork is just to die for.